Hello, hello, hello. I made it. I made it. Y'all, I was in the city. I had lunch with a friend. It was great. I went to Coda and I just got back like 5 minutes ago. But I made it. Is anybody new here? I'm Redheaded Writing Hood. Red for short. And I am a spoken word poet. I'm a writer. I'm a musician. I have 5 grown kids that are all over the country. And I have 3 grandbabies, and they are babies. They're one, my middle grandbaby is 1 year old today. That's Lily. I'm so excited. I sent her birthday wishes, to her mommy. And I bought her clothes. I also sent her mom a Venmo. I got her clothes. I got her sister clothes too. Her sister only wears dresses. My oldest grandbaby's 2. This is the dress I got for her. And I got these cute little sparkly pants for Lily, and this little shirt that glows in the dark. And it's got the bear on it, Ursa Minor. And I don't know if Claire will have to take these back because Freya doesn't wear pants very much, but I got her pants and a shirt. So yeah, I'm excited for my grandbaby's birthday, 1 year old today. And I'm going to light the candle. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Ivan. I'm got to send out these baby clothes tomorrow, probably. And I sent her a little, you send a little gift receipt, and then, like, if they don't like them, or Freya won't wear the pants, she can exchange it. So that was fun. I like buying baby clothes. How are you guys? Yeah, I'm going to light the candle. Yeah, so I was in Denver. And there's my prayer reminder. I hope you guys are doing good. We got Chinese food, and it was really good. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thanks, Ivan. Thank you, Ivan. So it's always interesting. I look at my analytics, and the percentage of men, it's usually the percentage of men, it's like about the same, but the percentage of men that watch me is a little bit higher than percentage of women. It's usually kind of like 55. It's almost pretty even, but it's always a little bit more men. And then the majority of people who watch my channel, hi youngins, are younger than me, are like Anthony's age. I think that really there's just more of those. Hey, CW Style. Hi. I think there's just like more young people on YouTube per se, but the majority of my, like 50%, mostly of my viewers are younger than me because I'm old. I'm about to be 58. I can't believe that. Yeah, I'm 57. And so like the percentage in my age group that watch my channel, it's like, I don't know, 11% or something like that. And then it'll be like 25% in like Anthony's like age group, like my kids' age, like I think it's like 20 to 30 or something like that. I forget how it goes, but there's all these tiers, right? And like there's only one age group above my age. Man, I'm old. And then like it's usually like 10%. Sometimes it's like 10% like teenagers. You act 46. Yeah. I must act, um, there's only one guy I dated that was older than me. And I finally decided to just lower the age. I would have ones that are to it's crazy the cougar thing, because like I never sought out younger. I think it's different with women than with men. I think men usually seek out younger women, but I don't even seek out younger men. They seek me out. It's weird. But yeah. I didn't just lower the age, I lowered the bar. 66. I'm a spring chicken. Yeah, I think that I act younger than I am, I think. So yeah, I was going to talk about like taking care of yourself, which I need to do. Taking care of myself now. What will I play you? So my friend that I had lunch with is very inspiring. She's a writer too. She writes from 7 to 5 every day. I'm like, okay, I need to get on it. I need to make a schedule and I need to start doing it. I need to organize all my files on my computer. And I think I'm going to take my external hard drive that has some stuff on it and see if I can get them to recover that. It might cost a lot, but I think it might be worth it. This whole book, I don't have a copy online anymore because of my damaged hard drive, and it's just gone because it was on that. Thankfully, my new book of poetry, read poems, I kept emailing it to myself. I was afraid of losing like everything and pictures. And I think there are pictures also on that external hard drive that I might not have. I don't know. There's a lot of pictures on there too. So I'm thinking I'm gonna like Best Buy. I found that there was this other guy, but I didn't take him to him yet. That might be cheaper. This other computer guy, because I found this when I had this problem with my computer. I had a problem with, I think it was the sound. It was the sound, and it wasn't anything serious. And I found this computer person that I took it to, and he didn't even charge me. So, and then he told me about someone that I think might be cheaper to fix my external hard drive. So I might be gonna look that person up. So, oh, you know what? Let's read my fortune cookie. I got 2 fortune cookies because I got some shrimp dumplings to go, and then I was stuck in traffic for an hour. For an hour. So I ate my shrimp dumplings, but I got another fortune cookie. Let's see what my fortune says. I wanted to. I got them a little. Freya likes unicorns. This is a unicorn. I got her a unicorn loofah thing for the bath. Isn't that cute? I gotta send that stuff out tomorrow. But I really like my Coda group. It's awesome. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say so I can pull this out without even cracking open my cookie. This is good. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. The other one was really corny. It was that saying, it's true, but it's really corny. Life is not measured by the amount of breaths you take, but the moments that take your breath away. Oh, that might be my sign. I've been wanting to watch Hitch again. You know that movie where he's a dating guy and Will Smith, and it's in that movie. I like that movie. It's so funny with the guy from King of Queens. What's that guy's name? I don't remember what his name is, but he's hilarious. It's such a cute movie. I think I might watch that tonight. That fortune cookie was a sign. I almost watched it last night. But I watched one of the free movies on YouTube, and it was just my luck, and it was hilarious with Lindsay Lohan and the Star Trek guy. What's his name? But it was really funny. I kind of don't like Panda Express. Mario liked Panda Express. He would take his kids. He had 2 little boys. He's like, we're going to Panda. But I used to get Panda Express when I was in Georgia. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Let me make my little prayer. You get the chicken bowl. That sounds good. Like teriyaki chicken. I got a chicken teriyaki bowl at King's Supers, and it was actually pretty good. It was pretty good. I got the Happy Family today. And then I got some shrimp dumplings. But yeah. So thank you all for being here. All 3 of you. Who left? Oh, no, that is right. Anthony, Ivan, and CW. Thank you all for being here. But I listened to I listened to Joel Osteen this morning, and it was very good. And that's what it was about. I'm like, okay, this is what I'll talk about today. Because I don't know, I usually try to have a theme or something to talk about. And I need to remember that because for so many years I was just taking care of everybody else and not really myself. I wasn't a priority, because I had 5 kids and I worked at church. We taught the kids at church like every week in Awanas. And before that, at our other church, we taught children's church. With my ex, I did. Now, he doesn't even go to church now, I don't think. But yeah, that's what we did. And everybody else came first. I had a Mickey amongst all my things. I had so many stuff. I probably had 100 stuffed animals. I had dolls. I had like 20 dolls. Well, that's counting Barbie dolls. I had Barbie dolls. I had regular dolls. Hi, Linda. Are you still in Missouri? How was the meetup? How are you doing? Where are you? Tell us where you are. We want to hear. Oh, you're at Johnny's shop. Okay, so you're still in Missouri. Yeah, I met Johnny and Kelly in 2001. Yeah, 2001. Because I was not in Missouri though. I was on the Illinois side of St. Louis. I was on the Illinois side of St. Louis. Yep. Good people. Mm-hmm. Since I just went to a meeting, I was thinking I'm gonna read to you guys the my Steps to Serenity poem. It's on page 31 in my book. And it's called Steps to Serenity. Oh, that's gonna be cool. I like, so my storm poem, I'm giving it away. Spoiler alert. Well, you probably all heard it. Yeah, Linda might have heard it at the campfire because I said it. It's on the first page of my channel, and I said it at Carol's meetup, Boris Life on Wheels meetup. My neighbor's apartment must be really clean because they vacuum a lot. We just hear them cleaning. They vacuum like every day, or at least once a week. I don't vacuum that often. I was talking about that on Monday. I don't know. Maybe I was talking about getting a van, but I don't think I'm going to rush that because I really love my car. I don't want to sell my car, and I don't really think I need 2 vehicles. So if I go and stay in my car again, maybe, but it's going to be around the time I'm going to be deciding if I'm going to move out of this place and look for someplace cheaper because my lease is up in February. So I think I'm gonna be like, and I'm thinking if I stay, this apartment is so expensive. I'm thinking if I stay in this apartment, I'm gonna have to be evaluating in the next few months, but I might be having to look for another part-time job. And around that time, like I would wait till after Christmas because I'm going to Philly, see my granddaughters for Christmas, and my son is going to meet me there. Hi, Bren. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, is there a hurricane? Okay. I'm thinking she's north. Um, yeah, because I mailed her a book. Yeah, and I think she got it. Is it Helene? I think she is further north. Yeah, my in-laws are in Boca Raton. You went to Philly and got a cheesesteak. When were you in Philly? Yeah, I always get a cheesesteak when I go, but I don't. Every time I go, I'm like, oh, this time I want to go. I want to go run up the Rocky Steps and see the Rocky statue, and I'm like, I'm gonna at least do that. But no, I haven't. I see the grandbabies, and that's what I'm there for, and that's and the first couple times we went to New York. Well, I went to New York the first time we went there when she got married there. But and then last year at Mother's Day, not this year. I go usually at Mother's Day and at Christmas. So last year at Mother's Day we went to see Wicked on Broadway. So we went into New York City, and that was fun. That was fun. I always wanted to see a Broadway play, and that's the one I wanted to see. So it was fun. But I haven't really. All I do with Philly is get a cheesesteak. That's what I do. um, I also commented on my. So I put the post on my on my community tab because I was in the city. I was in Denver to go to my CODA meeting, and then I had lunch with a friend, and then I didn't think of this, but the traffic got bad, and then it took me an hour. It takes me 30 minutes to get there, but it took me an hour to get home. The traffic was so bad. And I'm like, I'm gonna miss my life. um, sugar tax? Whoa, I've never heard of that. Um, when at the end of June this year, Laura Lee got a sweet tea from McDonald's, and they charged her sugar tax. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I at least do that. They have this certain hoagie place they go to, and that got a lot of views. I usually take a break from doing YouTube when I go to visit my Claire Bear, and my granddaughters, and but I did the Philly cheesesteak short, and that would be like my top video. And then I went and I had brought them a Slinky, and one of those plastic ones, a big one. It was from Target. I don't know what happened to it, if they broke it, but I didn't see it last time I was there. But I think their dad, I think my son-in-law liked to play with it more than the baby did. But right away, Claire says, I'm going to put it down the stairs. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to film it. And that was like one of my top videos for a while. It was funny. They didn't even have unsweetened tea. Yeah, that's what I got today. I got some unsweetened tea. That's funny because that's not the South. Why did they not have unsweetened tea? It used to be the thing that the sweet tea was just in the South, in Georgia, and then everywhere else they give you unsweet tea and sweetener to sweeten it yourself. But I just drink it unsweet because I don't like stuff that's. I got my first pumpkin spice when I went to Target, at the Starbucks at Target. When I went to Target to get my, I got some cute little clothes for my grandbabies, my granddaughters, and yeah, I got my first pumpkin spice, and I always ask them to make it less sweet. So like they usually put 4 pumps in it, so they did half. I was like, give me it half, and it was plenty sweet enough. I was like, I think I used to ask them to put 3, but I'm used to. I drink my coffee without sweetener, just with milk. So, and I'm always just reading about and the sugar is what makes me gain the weight back on. But I love sugar, but and it's bad for your brain. It's bad for your brain. Like I told you guys that I've been listening to Dr. Amen, and he scans brains and all that, and he teaches about the brain, and it's really good stuff. And he was on Diary of a CEO, and then he was on what's that other one? I think he's been on Lewis Howes, and he's probably been on Mel Robbins. That might be where I first heard him. And what's that other guy's name? Jay Sheedy. So it's really good information. And then also about the sugar, I was watching another Diary of a CEO came on after one of those I was watching, and it was the glucose goddess. And she talks about how bad the glucose spikes are for you, and has tips. I might get her book. It sounded really interesting. I got a Dr. Amen book called You Happier or something like that. It's called, what's it called? You Happy. I think it's just called, no, You Happier. And I even was able to email it. That's the book. But yeah, so what I'm talking about today kind of goes with what I'm talking about. I'm going to put Dr. Amen's site here in the chat, in the thing, Amen Clinics. Yeah, there's tests like 30 days to being happier and stuff, like a 30-day little thing they do, 30 days to being happier, and like they have you take a test thing, and that's supposedly there. I haven't gone to see it yet. But let me go back to what I was going to talk about. I have ADHD, y'all, or bipolar. I don't really know. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of like out all over. That's why I'm kind of scatterbrained. And yeah, I was going to read you a poem, and I haven't yet. But I'm going to read you a poem. Just a second. Let me drop you the link for let me drop you the link to that message that was so good from Joel Osteen on taking care of you. And at the end of this message, y'all, he told a cool story about a lighthouse keeper. And I'm really into lighthouses. My daughter, she got me for Christmas all these lighthouse coffee cups, like a collection. She finds all the great stuff at they have this giant thrift store there, and they have everything. It's like unbelievable. There's 2 of these messages, and I don't know why. I wonder which one I listened to. I think I listened to the one from 3 months ago, but it's probably. I need to share out my live. That's right. I haven't put it on subscribers only either. Um, yeah, I think some people have debunked. Well, someone said, I'm not sure if I think I do believe that though. I do believe that. My sister-in-law, um, she was so awesome. She had such a positive attitude. I think that's why she lived so long with the going in and out of remission with the breast cancer. But she had it on and off again for 30 years. But she had such a sweet tooth, like me, and I have a sweet tooth, and that's why like keep thinking like I gotta cut back on this. I gotta cut back on this. I got some. Oh, they're so good too. Dark. I went to that candy store. I was stressed. I don't like being in the city, especially I was in the city at night by myself. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. But I went to the candy store. There was a little mall that was still open. So I wasn't there late at night, but I was in the city at night to go to the Fleetwood Mac concert. But I've heard that, and I think it's probably true. But I saw something that was saying that's not true. But it was just something on a little Instagram account. So I don't remember even whose Instagram account it was. So I don't think it was I don't really necessarily believe it. I take it with a grain of salt. But anyways, my sister-in-law who got the breast cancer and then it kept coming back, she had a real sweet tooth and she got type 2 diabetes too. And she was on the metformin. And I have a little monitor because I'm pre-diabetic. Dr. Amen says, I think he said like 90, and like 3 times a week I'll test my blood sugar fasting, and it's usually like 110, and it's not supposed to be that high, and that's pre-diabetic. It's not supposed to be that high. I got my A1C down from it was like 6, and they wanted when I was in Illinois. And they wanted to put me on the metformin, and I'm like, no, I got it down before. Let me get it down again, because in 2008, I've told the story before. So 2007, Christmas 2007. Also, what had an effect on me is my cousin passed away suddenly and tragically that December 2007. But then also, I had this really mean doctor. He ended up going out of business. He was just so, like House. My mom used to watch House. He was like that, only he was meaner. He would be like, there's no excuse for overweight, blah, blah, blah. And he was just so mean, especially to overweight people. He was so mean. And so, I didn't even weigh then what I weigh now. And I would yo-yo a lot. And so, but I went in to see him at the holidays. So I went in to see him in December. Guess what? So I took the blood sugar test, right? This doctor, this is how you tell he doesn't have a life. Doesn't have a life. He called me the day after Christmas, 9:30 at night, 9:30 at night. Consider me the ghost of Christmas future. You better lose some weight or you can become an insulin-dependent diabetic. And he had told me before that, because when I came in at Christmas and I had gained back a little bit of weight, he said, what's with the weight gain? And I said, it's the holidays. And he said, that's no excuse. He was mean. And I'm used to that. My husband could be mean. My dad was mean. But my husband and my dad, now they were not physically abusive. But my ex did break things. He would break things. So he was like trying to intimidate me, but they never hit me. but they were just mean. They would just say mean things. You know, my dad told me I was stupid. I couldn't be a nurse. That stuck with me forever. And then I was like, well, I need to do it because to prove to him that I can do it, that I'm smart enough. And I'm like, no, I don't want to even do that anymore. Because I was like, I was in a hospital emergency room once, and I was just like, oh, I could not like be in this every day. Like, no way, no way. So my ex sister-in-law followed alkali-based diet and talked often about sugar and cancer. Soda sweetened with sugar were also once linked to pancreatic cancer. Well, you know, my grandfather, my mom's mom, he passed at like 78. He passed when I was a teenager. I remember I was in a summer school class, driving for driving, and I didn't finish. I don't even. I think I finished. I don't know. I didn't finish enough of it. But he passed me because my grandfather died, and we went out to California. But my grandfather had cancer. I'm not sure if it was. I think it was prostate cancer, actually. But my mom said he swore, and this is what was it Dr. Amen, or was another one. There's also this lady that I listened to on Diary of a CEO, Dr. Sherrod, Tali. Wait, I'm not sure. I got these two ladies confused because under one lady's video, he recommends another. They're both neurosurgeons, women. One's Indian and then one's white. But the Indian one is the one I was listening to. I haven't listened to the other one yet. But under that video, he recommends the other one. And so I was getting them confused, and they both have unusual names. But this woman neurosurgeon was saying that those are the good sugars are the good artificial sweeteners are, I think stevia. Wait, I wrote it down. I write everything in this journal. But the bad ones are aspartame, and maybe it was the glucose goddess who said it. But anyways, they were talking about which artificial sweeteners are good and which are bad. But my mom said that my grandfather used to always do the sweet and low. That was an old-fashioned artificial sweetener in his coffee. He used to always use that sweet and low. And he told my mom that he thought that gave him cancer. So, but I don't know. Thank you all so much for being here. Did I share I didn't, did I? Did I share the link to I meant to share the link and I did not. So Joel Osteen, in this message on taking care of yourself, told a really neat story at the end about a lighthouse keeper, and some people in need kept coming to him and saying, I need some oil. I really need some oil right now. And he gave it to him. And then somebody came again and he was like, I need some oil. And he gave it to them. And then he ended up, the lighthouse ran out of oil to light the lighthouse. And then a ship crashed. And then they said, you were given that oil for the lighthouse. You shouldn't be giving it out. And I thought that was just such a neat story. So it's take care of yourself. There we go. Monk fruit. That was the one. That's the good one that she mentioned. Yeah. I think it might have been the glucose. All these videos are running together in my head. No. That is one thing though. I think Dr. Amen said that the diet soda is still better than a sugar, a real sugar soda. I think that's a myth. But I don't know about the cancer one. I think I would say look that up. So I take 1,000 packets of Sugar Twin with me to Arizona every winter. Oh, Sugar Twin, which is that? I think that what I have is, I don't hardly ever use it, honestly. What I have is stevia. I have stevia. But that's the one that's not good. I don't like sucrose. Ugh, it's yucky. I don't like it. This is aspartame, I'm pretty sure, this big case soda. But the real sugar is really bad for you. It's addictive, and yeah. And I saw that. But yeah, my sister-in-law that kept having the cancer come back loved sugar. And I do too. Oh, yeah, maybe you should. Do you use them all though? You still get a chuckle out of how in the 60s Canada banned cyclamates. What's are cyclamates? I don't even know what cyclamates are. You can't buy saccharin in the US, but I thought that was saccharin based. Sweet and low, you can buy sweet and low. Saccharin, I was saying the wrong name. It's not sucrose. Sucrose and saccharin are the same thing, aren't they? I don't know what cyclomats is, but I was watching something interesting the other day. I was watching the other side. Honestly, I was watching the other side. I really don't agree with a lot. It's a Christian guy, but he's very, very conservative. But he's very honest, and he shares some stuff that I do agree with. And he's trying to not tell you who to vote for, but he's still saying it. But he had a video though on Canada and the what do they call it? Assisted death, the doctor assisted death that you can get permission to do in Canada. That was I was really surprised by that. I didn't know that was so prevalent, that it was like that already in other countries. But I think it's more common with people on hospice. Yeah, doctor-assisted death, that's it. Yeah, it's called MAID. Yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting. I'll share the link. This guy has interesting stuff. And my friend that I met with today, I said, really, that's a good idea. said she watches Fox News just so she can see, understand where the other side is coming from. Sorry to give that. Well, I don't want to talk about that, honestly, but that's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, and I didn't even put let me see. I didn't even put my live on subscribers only yet. And I didn't share it out. Wait, let me do that now. I'm echoing. Yeah, I was really surprised about that, Ivan. I didn't know that. And yeah, it's one thing, like the way I am about the pro-life issue is like, now I'm like how my mom is. My mom was like, personally, I don't think it's good, but should the government be? And then the legal ones, it makes it safer. It makes it safer, and it makes less when it's legal. And like, you don't know if the statistics are right or wrong when it's illegal, because you don't know what's going on illegally, So anyways, I don't really want to talk about it though. I don't want to talk about it. My bad. But this guy's channel that's very interesting is called What Do You Meme? Instead of what do you mean, he's saying he's talking about memes. What do you meme? It's kind of cute and kind of cheesy, really. But that was the video I was watching. Yes, time to change the subject. Yes, I agree. But I agree with, hi Sylvia, I agree with some of his stuff. I actually prayed about and flipped a coin about if I should stay. I wasn't sure if I should stay subscribed to his channel, because some of his videos really annoy me. But I feel like it's a good channel. Whoops. What is this? It doesn't mean an endorsement. Okay. And I watch a lot of people who Christians who do believe in hell, but some that don't really talk about it. Hi, Glenn. I'm sharing this channel just because I thought it was very informative. Not that I necessarily agree with everything he says. Whoops. I forgot to put the channel. It's What Do You Meme? What do you meme? What do you meme? But it's an interesting channel. It's an interesting channel. But like I said, I like the Christian channels that talk more about like how to live your life and stuff. Because I agree, we agree on that. Because I feel like salvation is for now, especially now that I realize, this is my belief. I've told you guys before. I don't believe in hell. It's not for hereafter. Salvation is for now. It's for how you live your life now. It's for having a good life now. And so many people are in the hell of now. the poor people, the people living on the streets, the people on drugs, the people, they're going through hell now. And thankfully, I no longer believe that, they have to go through hell now and then they're going to go to hell for all and burn for all eternity. I'm thankful that now the God I know is not like that. So good to see you, Glenn. How are you? How are things in Texas, you guys? Brandon and Glenn are in Texas. Linda's not currently in Texas. Linda's in Missouri. And now CW said Nevada, right? You said Nevada? Okay, I've been going to read this poem for 20 minutes now. I've been going to read this poem. I'm going to read Steps to Serenity poem. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I didn't write this. Courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Reinhold Niebuhr. Oh, it's a bit cooler. It is a bit cooler here now. Got my blanket out. I got this. Oh, speaking of the really cool thrift store that my daughter usually takes me to, I got this beautiful blanket, and it's a what's the lady that makes the purses? I forgot her name, but I didn't realize it was. I was just like, oh, that's pretty. I want that. And I was maybe going to give it to, but she's got a bunch of blankets. So I took it home with me. Vera Bradley. It's a Vera Bradley. I got my blankie out. I got my blankie out. Yeah. And it right now, like gets down in the 50s at night. It's 75 now, but it's going to get down to 49 tonight. Wow. Yeah, it's 75 right now. But anyways, let me read this poem that I've been going to read for 20 minutes. Steps to Serenity. This is a poem that I wrote based on the 12 steps. I'm powerless, Lord. I need your help, please. I turn my will and life over to you. You restore my sanity. I take inventory. Your love casts out my fear. I am searching, reaching, striving. I know denial is not a river. I admit the exact nature of my wrongs. Till all my sleeves are stained red from all the truth that I've said. That's from One Republic song. I'm ready, Lord. Take my load, I'll take yours. It's easy and light. I need vulnerability, accountability, and humility for Jesus to give me victory. He grants me true repentance and godly sorrow. I will not wait until tomorrow to make amends. Unless it would be hurtful, I will be tactful and truthful. I seek him first in all I do, for he will always see me through. He always heals my deep heartache. A bruised reed he will not break. Now I am wide awake. I will carry his message both day and night, for I know he is the light. He delivers me from strife, and all his principles are life. And that is my here's the first. I have 2 7-story tree poems here. And the first one, I was in like a decision making, like my husband and I were separated, but I was deciding, I put it in here. I think by the time I put it in here, 2015 was kind of like my deciding year. We separated in 2014. I was still living in the house in 2015. But so this is the 7-story tree. For those of you who don't know, and if anybody wants a copy of my book, I'm on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. You can send me a donation and send me your snail mail address to this email, redheadedwritinghood@gmail.com, and you can get a signed copy of the 7-story tree. So This one, okay, put the verse from Psalm 68:6 in front of it. God sets the lonely in families. He leads out the prisoners with singing. The 7-story tree. I needed a hug. I needed unconditional love. God gave me Sarah. Why so serious and delirious? I needed to have fun. My father-in-law asked, how about a son? To carry on his story name. God gave me Teddy. The days were so long, I needed a song. God gave me Ian. My mom-in-law said it sounded like Ing. She's Taiwanese. Her father's name that rhymes with sing. He's very musical, my Ian. Without a care, I needed a bear, or maybe a cook. God gave me Claire. Bear. Falling apart, we needed a new start, or perhaps more organization. God gave us Lydia. You and me in our tree, we will rise to the skies 7 stories high. So, yeah, that was when I was like, should I stay or should I go? That was like when I was in decisive mode. And a lot of it had to do with the kids, yeah. Feeling like I should stay. Oh, let me read you this one. I haven't read you this one in a while. So thank you all for being here. This one is about my oldest son's girlfriend. And she she's a writer now. She went to school and she went to Valdosta State, I think. And she's a writer. She was a writer then, she won an award for writing when they were seniors in high school. So, like, I'm a writer. And she's Black. And I didn't know until this happened, how racist my husband was. And he's Chinese, so it was kind of really hypocritical. But anyways, so I said before this poem, strangely enough, and this is from 2009, my son's girlfriend informed me, and I didn't know, because that summer she was hanging out at our house, and I talk about it in the poem, told me that Michael Jackson died, and she's like, and Farrah Fawcett. And I was like, really? She's the one that informed me, and it was the same year my mom died. And so I was going through all of that at that time, and then my husband was being a pain in the butt about, she's a really nice young lady. So, and I said, strangely enough, this poem began with me thinking about the situation I was in, and a quote from the Disney movie Tarzan, where Tarzan is finally showing Jane the gorillas, and she looks at the female gorilla and she says, she's beautiful. And then Tarzan says, that's my mother. And so the poem's called She's Beautiful. Gonna make me cry. So this girl was gonna go to the prom when they have prom, when they're a senior and a junior, they have prom at high school, and with a different white boy. And this is Georgia. And his dad got mad because she's Black. And so my son, and I was so proud of him, stepped up and took her to prom, and they started going out. I think they went out into their freshman year of college. But then before their freshman year of college ended, they went to different, colleges. And my son went to the University of Georgia, Bulldogs. Woof, woof. And she went, I don't know what Valdosta is. She went to Valdosta State, I think. Okay. But anyways, let me get on with the poem. She's beautiful. She hung out at our house all summer long. MJ and Farrah died the same year as Mom. She really started to grow on me. Why can't my husband learn to see beyond the color of her skin? We fought about it all that summer, and I was also grieving the loss of my mother. She is as dark as he is light. Opposites attract is right. She's beautiful, I thought to myself, writing about important topics. Her flaws are only microscopic, but he could see them still. You're beautiful, he said to me. It was almost our anniversary. This was a salesman. My hubby? No, he never says that. A stranger, a danger. He spoke my language. Then that fall, he broke up with her, and it didn't even occur to him to tell us. She's beautiful, she said to him. Like my mother, I thought I'd never find another as beautiful as you. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of like playing on words and going back and forth there, but it's kind of about how boys pick girls that are similar to their mom, and like she was a writer, it's just like, and she wrote about racism. What was it called? I think she wrote about the situation. I would have loved to read it, but I never did read it. But I knew they announced it like at the graduation, at the awards ceremony and stuff. And she was an honor student like my son and everything. The World in Black and White, that's what it was called. I knew it had a catchy title. But play on words. So I have a second poem of the 7-Story Tree. Let me see if I can find it, which was after I decided the 7-Story Tree too. Hi, Elsa. How are things? Are you out of the path of the hurricane? Where are you? We'll pray about that. Good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I have 7 watching. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Are you going to have to evacuate? Yeah. Brent is asking you a question. Yes, and we all want to know. Oh. And I didn't share out. Lindy had a video today, and I watched it, and I didn't comment yet. But it's cute. It's about all the gadgets in her house. I'll drop Lindy's link. So go over, check that out. Keep Lindy in your prayers. Her surgery is tomorrow. Tomorrow. So let me do that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. My friend actually, because I sent her, she didn't look at, she's like, send me your channel, she said a couple of weeks ago. But she didn't look at it until just recently. And she's like, you look like, I was like, who do you look like? You look like. She said, that's it. And like, yeah, I've gotten that a couple of times. I think it's my nose. I have her nose. I have Meryl Streep's nose. My mom even said like one of her friends she was showing pictures to one of her friends, in California, a friend of hers I don't think I met. And she's like, she looks like Meryl Streep. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. See, my ex was very good at hiding it, and he's very good at being fake. And like, though honestly, okay, I have a confession to make when I say that. I often acted fake too, because like, the white picket fence, the perfect little family. And like I said, we taught at church and blah, blah, blah. So I was often fake, but I didn't know really how much he was covering up. My son's best friend, my son that lives here, he's Black. But my ex doesn't act that way with him. I said to him when we were going through this, because we argued and argued about it. I was just, because I was in shock. I didn't know he felt that way. I knew his mother was kind of that way, but I didn't know he was that way. And it might have come, they were in Chicago. I think that some of that, because I know, like, I had one of my brothers, not all of them, but one of my brothers, actually Christopher, may he rest in peace. And my mom said, because my mom was not, my dad was kind of, sort of, I think he would have said something. And I had a good friend that was guy. He wanted to date me, and I really didn't. I kind of liked him like that, but I wasn't brave enough back then to date a black boy. But he was just like, "What would your dad say if I came to take you on a date?" And I think I asked my dad, actually. But anyway, so yeah, my dad and I actually had that discussion. So, and I don't think he would have really been okay with it. I don't know. But my brother Chris and my mom would say this, because my mom was not. My mom was not at all. She loved Obama. Loved Obama. And I'm kind of glad, because that was the last time she voted. She passed in 2009. It made me, my ex was furious, probably still furious. My brother was furious. But yeah, my mom was not. But yeah. My ex would act very fake. But I would also, to be fair, I would also act fake too sometimes. But not as much, not like that. Not like that. So this is a 7-story tree too. Don't know, no media, just didn't know about a hurricane. Oh, you didn't know about a hurricane. I love Meryl Streep. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like her movies. I like Meryl Streep. Yeah. But my friend said, but I'm young. I'm like, she's getting old. And she's older than me. So I shouldn't look that old, that age, because I'm not that age. She's older than me. But yeah, and it's funny that, so Ian had a best friend that was black from homeschooling, that they homeschooled. And so all of his best friends, and Ian's like really introverted, and he was pretty shy as a child. So his first friend from the homeschooling group, because we homeschooled for 9 years, he was black. And then he met Albert in fourth. When I put my kids in school, it was 2003, and Claire was in first grade and Ian was in third grade. Yeah. And that's when he met Albert, and they've been friends since third grade. So, but thank you so much for saying that, Ivan. And yeah, but it's kind of funny because so my friend said she was watching my video and she was like, who does she look like? Who does she look like? She looks like somebody. She reminds me of somebody. Well, we hope we don't get you worried. You'll be okay. What did I do? I pulled it up here. It's Hurricane Helene. It says, let's see. Category form expected to wreak unprecedented damage. Sheesh. Let's see, where is it? Oh. I can't see it because I'm on an ad page. Let me try to find it. Thank you. So, did I share out my live? No, I didn't make my live subscribers only. See, I'm doing this. I'm getting in the habit of doing this now. I don't really need to do it now. But as before, I had more, I used to have a little bit more people on my lives. And I had more trolls, and Lindy has a ton of them, and I was going to get with her and show her how to put it on subscribers only. I haven't been able to. It's been annoying. So last time, I think it got more popularity because she's going to have surgery tomorrow, so she's not going to be able to go live for a while. And she put on it that, my last live for a while. And I think that's why it got pushed out. And when her lives get pushed out, then all these trolls come in, and oh my goodness, they say icky stuff, or they start talking politics, or it's really annoying. And so when she starts going live again, I hope to be able to show her how to do the subscribers only, because it slows them down quite a bit. And I used to, when I would get them, sometimes I would used to put it on slow mo too, but that would annoy a lot of my people in the chat. So I stopped doing that, and I don't have as many people on my lives as I did before, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Not to worry you, but just let's see what's going on. I think you're up, you're more up north, aren't you, Elsa? Did I share the Take Care of Yourself video, or did I forget? I think I did eventually share it, didn't I? I think I did. Let me look. Let me share it again. This is a really good message, and I think I shared it, but I'm not sure. Let me drop it in the chat again. It's a Joel Osteen message. The hurricane is there, really? Wow. Yeah, Hurricane Flo. You're in Central Florida. Okay. So you're in Missouri? The hurricane's hitting there? That is crazy. So we were in middle Georgia. We were like 3 hours from Savannah, Georgia. And yeah, it was the first time I ever had it come that far inland, and it was in the fall. It was in October, 20, must have been 2018. It was 2018. And yeah, and Hurricane Flo came there. My friend that I met in Mexico did Airbnb in Wilmington, North Carolina, and she took her dog. She had 2 dogs, I think. She brought her 2 dogs, and she came to my Airbnb to get away from Flo. And oh my goodness. And so, yes, dear Lord, Please keep Elsa safe, Lord, and all those in the path of the hurricane. Um, we pray that it would lose strength and fizzle out, Lord. And we pray that you would protect those in the path of this hurricane. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. So, yeah. Did I share Lindy's channel? I think I did. Did I? Oh, did I forget? I shared the message again. They were talking about take care of yourself. So Lindy just posted a cute video on all the gadgets at her daughter-in-law's house, and she doesn't know how to use them. The code on the door, and I'm like, oh, poor Lindy. But I think she's at her son's apartment again now. But if you missed that, go over there and watch that video. And I'm probably going to share it out. And so, oh, it was going, so it's fizzled out. Okay. There might be two. This is just the season, the hurricane season. I remember the first year, so I think it was 79. We moved to Florida. A hurricane came and our street flooded. And then the houses were up. We had a canal behind our house in Boca Raton. And my mother-in-law still lives there next door to the house where I lived when I was a teen. And there's a canal. And the water came up there. They made a river in the street. And then I remember, I think a little water got in our car because like it was on the driveway. And it was no, her address is not. Her address is the store at the storage unit, so her address doesn't change. So yeah, you can still send things. I'm pretty sure you can still send things to the same address. Did you make her something else? Are you sending your hat? Yeah. So no, she didn't change her mailing address. Her mailing address is the same. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same. She's just where she's staying. And then I think she said she has a good place to keep her van at her daughter-in-law's, and does not look very good. It doesn't? Not very strong. I hope you mean Elsa. So, but yeah, I don't think Lindy changed her mailing address. She was just staying at her daughter-in-law's, and then she went to Jason's, but she said she has a good place to keep her van at her daughter-in-law's. So she's keeping her van there. And yeah, she goes in tomorrow. So we'll pray about that tonight. I'll put it on my thing. Thank you all for being here. Let me see if I got everybody on this list. And we're going to pray about Ukraine, and we're going to pray about the elections. So I want everything, I hope things could get disruptive, but I think we should. Oh, you already said you sent your hat. I thought you already did. Send a get well card. Yeah, and she might have somebody get. It was last rated a Category 4 hurricane earlier today. Parts of Florida will get hard rain, fortunately, hard storms. I'm going to read you this one, the 7-story tree too. This poem was based on a song called Family Tree by Matthew West. Okay. I'm excited because I think my son Ian's going to go to Philly same time as me at Christmas again. So, and that was fun last year. So I'm excited. So maybe that will be a thing, but so it's going to be a thing this year, hopefully, Lord willing. And I'm excited. I'm excited either way though about going there and seeing my grandbabies for Christmas. This is called the 7-story tree too. I think it's time I write about the tree. It's the story of my life. That was the name of the Matthew West album, actually. A musician singing my life with his song. He sung it several times. How did he know? Matthew West. God loves me more than the stars that he taught how to shine. He is mine. That's from a Matthew West song also. Now it's a song about family and a tree, destiny. But what does that mean to me? When I live as a Pharisee, I can't be free. God hates divorce. I can quote you chapter and verse, Malachi 2. But does he like force, subtle abuse, manipulation, and control? What is this cosmic power that chains me to this solemn tree? Mutiny. Is it me? Set me free. But the tree can be an oak of righteousness, thinking of yourself less. The tree is the person who abides in him. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The tree is me, and the love of family. Now I see how I can be the tree planted by the river of life, forever free, fruitful, thriving. Just to know my King and to make him known is joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable. Anything is possible. And that's from the Thrive song, Casting Crowns. See also Psalm 1 and Jeremiah 17. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, it'll be okay. That is sweet of your daughter. So like as I was saying, there was a hurricane our first year. I think it was our first year, maybe it was our second year, I don't know. I was in 7th grade when we moved to Florida. Yes, we are all with you, Elsa. Sending, here's my alarm going off again. I'm drinking my aspartame soda. Big K diet soda. But caffeine too. He talked about how it's not good to drink too much caffeine. And especially me, I saw it on Dr. Amen has a TikTok. And I saw on his TikTok, I think I'm not gonna, it was after I already bought the cola. I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, usually, except for when I had my pumpkin, when I went to Target and got the baby clothes yesterday, I had a pumpkin spice, but with only 2 squirts of the pumpkin spice sweet stuff in it instead of 4. And so, but I bought this diet soda before I heard that about Dr. Amen said about the caffeine. And then specifically on his TikTok, he talks a lot about ADD. And I'm like, oh, I need to come back here and listen to more of these. It's all very informative. Maybe I can find it here. I usually go to TikTok on my phone, but and it's Brain Doctor. His TikTok is Brain. Is it Brain MD or Brain Doctor? I think it's Brain MD. I put tick instead of TikTok. But he also says, what he also says though, is too much social media is not good for you either. It brought up all his supplements. Dr. Amen. I found it. It's really, really good. Very informative. So let me share that with you. Also, I put below. Oh, I don't need to put anything below anymore. You know what? It was Facebook. So I'm not going live simultaneously on Facebook anymore when I'm going live here on YouTube because I don't need it. And the trolls were going over there. So I did have a troll last week on the Facebook and I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like I need the watch time on YouTube so I can share my YouTube live to my Facebook instead. And I have a personal Facebook and a Redheaded Writing Hood page. I'll share those with you in a minute. But yeah, so I stopped going live on Facebook, and Facebook is the one that makes you have to write a description below your video. And YouTube doesn't, I don't have to write anything under my video on YouTube if I don't want to. But all I put now is I am Redheaded Writing Hood on all platforms. So, but here's Dr. Amen's TikTok. Very informative stuff on here. Yes, it's nice to see my family. And those are my 2 children that I am in contact with the mostly. I am sometimes in contact with my oldest son, but I have no real contact hardly at all, which is heartbreaking, with my other 2 daughters, my oldest and my youngest. But hopefully that's not a permanent thing. And I'm really encouraged by Coda going to Coda, I think, is really helping me so much. I'm still going to try to find another therapist though, but so far I've been 5 weeks now going to Coda. This is my Coda book, Codependence Anonymous. And so far, it's helped me more than the therapist I recently found was really encouraging me in my codependency and getting me all even more anxious about my son. And it was bad. And I finally just and she kept changing the last appointment I had with her. She kept changing it. She says, I'm sorry to do this and blah, blah, blah. And she was helping her son move. And I'm just like, my therapist needs a therapist to help her, or she needs to go to Coda because my therapist is very codependent. And we would talk the whole, it was always on my heart. My children are always on my heart, always on my mind, always, I pray for them daily. And my grandkids are always on my mind, and I'm very concerned about my son, but she was making me worse. She was making me worse. I was having so much anxiety about it already, and she was just making it worse. And she was making me feel guilty too. And it was not good. And so I'm going to try to find another therapist, but so far this has helped me more than my therapist did. And I don't know how long. I was trying to think, when did I find her? Just a few months ago. I don't remember when. But let me share some links with you. If you want to see, I don't know if you've seen this video. If you want to see, if you go to my videos, if you want to give me some watch time, you can click on my videos. I still haven't done more playlists, but I have a playlist of my lives, but it doesn't have all my lives. But you can click on this thing, you go to my videos, right? You can click on popular and it'll show you my most popular videos. So if you click on live, my most popular live is Will This Be Red's Farewell Live? And it was when I was thinking about quitting. I was thinking about quitting YouTube because of the bullies. And I started, because of how stressed out I was, I started going live once a month. But I had this live. It's my most viewed live. If you're interested to see what my lives used to be like, and that even has the second most viewed live is the interview with Carol, Glorious Life on Wheels. So I'm kind of proud of myself that my most viewed live is just me. But I had some of my old friends that I don't hang out with anymore, because some of them did side with the bully. So it was sad. My doc at MD Anderson in Houston did tell me to avoid caffeine. Yeah, and I remember my mom, she limited her caffeine. She didn't cut it out completely, because my mom and dad were coffee drinkers, and so I'm a coffee drinker. And I always remember I loved the smell of it, and then I started drinking it and I liked it. And I can remember writing a story. I was in a writing class for writing for teens and children. I was in a writing course. I never finished it, but and I wrote a story about when we would go camping. And what I remember is them packing up their camper van. We would stay in the tent trailer, but packing up the camper van with the food and the smell of the coffee. And it kind of reminds me of camping too. And they had this old-fashioned coffee pot that they would take when we went camping, and it was I think it used to be my grandparents. I don't know. The thing was ancient looking. It was metal, and it had one of those things where you can see it percolating. I don't know. It was interesting. Traffic posts. Oh, so you fell asleep. Yeah, you commented on my post. Yeah, because I was in the traffic. So yeah, I'm like a half an hour late because I didn't think about it because I had lunch with my friend after Coda, and after the Coda meeting, and it's at noon, and we got Chinese old percolator. Yeah, an old percolator, right? And we just talked and talked and talked after we ate, and it got to be 4:30, and then it said it's taking me an hour to get home. And do you guys ever do this? I've done this before by accident. So I think I should just take one of them off. I have maps on my phone, and I have Google Maps. What is it I have? I have two direction apps, and I accidentally had them both open, and they were telling me different directions. I think one was telling me a different highway to go on to avoid the traffic, and I maybe should have gone that way. But because it said make a U, it simultaneously said turn right and turn left, and I thought, like, do I still have the directions to the restaurant open? What do I have? So I closed it, and then it's telling you it told me to turn right, but then it tells me make a U-turn. I'm like, I was over there to turn left, and I got over, and you know how hard this is sometimes. I got over to turn right, and then it says make a U-turn, and I'm like, what is going on with this? I remember I was in my RV when I was going to my brother's, and I needed propane, or I needed to empty I think I needed to empty my tank. And I was looking for a place to go before I parked my RV on my brother's property, and before I got to my brother's, right? And so I had one app open with directions to wherever I was going, Camper World, I think, or something, and then one open going to my brother's. So I was going around in circles for about 30 minutes, and I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, tea is a little bit less. I could do that. I could go to tea. I always wanted to try. I have a lot of tea in the cupboard, but I honestly, I make my own iced tea. I drink a lot of that. I've been drinking more of that. I think that's better for me than the soda, but then there's the caffeine. Oh, coffee with chicory, so delicious. That sounds interesting. So, I just love coffee so much, but I usually only have one cup, and I was starting to go to a bigger cup. I got this Darth Vader cup that's a little bit more, and I started to go to that, and I'm like, well, let me go back to what I was before, is just one regular. It's kind of a big mug though, so I just have one cup of coffee, but I have tea. But you ever watch Eamon and Beck? Their channel's ginormous, but they have a tea company. But I guess Eamon still drank coffee, and so he went off coffee and drinks his tea now. But it's called Habit. I still might try it someday, but I have a bunch of tea. Sometimes I drink tea on here, decaffeinated and caffeinated. I like to drink hot tea in the winter, and I'll have decaffeinated. I'll have some herbal tea before bed and stuff. But I think I'd like to try. I'd like to try Eamon and Beck's tea. I really like their channel, and they probably have some good tea. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Oh, so I was going to share you the songs that inspired that 7-story tree poem. And it is, wait. And the album was, it's the story of your life. Dandelion healing. Okay, almost identical to dandelion. Oh, chicory tastes like dandelion? Here's a song that inspired the family tree poem. Let's see. So Saturday, I went to a Coda picnic, and then, like I told you guys, how I'm learning about myself, and I'm not pushing myself anymore to, like, that. I learned that I'm an introvert recently. I learned I have ADHD. I'm an introvert, but I'm an introvert. Those two they're not, not opposite of each other. They're just, I guess you would normally think that an ADD person would be extroverted, but I'm not. So since I went, and it was like 3.5 hours long, I went to that picnic and socialized so long Saturday, I didn't go to church Sunday morning and just watched it on the computer. So, and it was nice. It was a nice, quiet Sunday. And I think it was rainy Sunday. So, and I sold my bar stools and my wall hanging that was like the flower wall hanging. So it was nice. I had a nice weekend. Um, and then another song that inspired that. I heard a song today that I hadn't heard for a while too. Another song that inspired the family tree poem is the Casting Crowns song, Thrive. Their album has a big tree on it. I have all these windows open now. It's getting confusing. I've got to find you guys. Okay, there you are. Yes, I like tea. So I want to try Eamon and Beck's teas. Oh, and I was going to share with you my Facebook pages if you're interested. And I need to go over there and share my. Oh, another interesting thing I found out is Dr. Amon's sees a lot of famous people, but one person that's not so famous is Laura Cleary. And so he's treated her, and he talks about it in the book that I'm listening to on Audible called You Happier. Here's Redheaded Writing Hood. Facebook. And all my pictures from Instagram go to this page if you're interested. And tell me who you are, because if I don't recognize you and you try to friend my personal page, I might not accept your friend request. So sorry, but if your name's different on here, and I don't know your real name, when you send me a friend request, tell me, and I'm so-and-so from YouTube or something like that, okay? Because I get a lot of friend requests, and I mostly, it's usually if we have a lot of friends in common, then sometimes I'll accept it. But I really don't, I really just ignore a whole ton of friend requests on Facebook. I already have 1,000 friends. There's some way, and I might look into that too. There's some way to get monetized on Facebook. I think you can get the little stars or something. So I could look into that. I might look into that. And also, I have over 1,000 followers on Instagram. So I could eventually get monetized on Instagram. So, my name is not Susan, but it is. That's my given name, was Susan. So I'm trying to think. You know what I think I want to do is I want to share another old poem with you, because I heard the song and it's like I forgot, and I was saying to myself recently, I was like, okay, I got that line in my Ginger Me poem that says, his love is deeper than the ocean. He washes away my brokenness. I'll say the whole poem for you. But that line, I heard the song, came up on my play on, and it's by Love and the Outcome, and it's called King of My Heart. And I love that song. And since it came on there today, I'm like, oh, this is the song that I took that little, I'll take a little thing out of. And if you have my book, you can go on a scavenger hunt and try to find all the songs. Some of them are more known songs, but these ones that I'm sharing with you now are like Christian. If you don't listen to Christian contemporary music, you won't have heard it. And I'm sure you probably haven't heard the song, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to drop it, and it's a good song. It's called The King of My Heart, and it's by this Christian group called Love and the Outcome. I don't even know if they're still around. I don't know if they're still, hopefully they're still married. It's a couple. It's a young couple. It's from 10 years ago. Because I wrote that poem 10 years ago now. If you want to see what I look like 10 years ago, there's a video of me saying this poem 10 years ago. And my youngest, my Lydia, she filmed it. There's one of me saying my elephant poem too, from 10 years ago. So the song is called King of My Heart. And that also there was a lot of inspirations for my tattoos too. And that was a song. There's so many songs about, your heart and about crowns, but I wrote some blog posts, a series of blog posts. I'm not sure if any of them are still up because I had a ton of blog posts and I took a lot of them down. But then I put some of them back up, and I'm not sure if I put those ones back up. But I had a series of blog posts that were called the King of My Heart, about Jesus being the King of my heart. And that's what, and then I have the Jesus on my hand. So while I was driving so long today, and I do finally need, I can go a long while because now I don't drive to work anymore. But I go to church, which is into Denver, and I go into Denver for CODA. And so, but I don't have to get gas, but every like 3 months or 4 months, because I have a hybrid. And so my gas is getting kind of low, and I don't like it to get too low because I don't want to ever run out of gas. So I need to get gas pretty soon. Else, leaf and flower are edible, but have to be cleaned well. Very healthy and good in salad. Can be bought in the grocery stores as well. Oh, really? Are you talking about chicory? Or are you talking about what was the other one? Dandelion. Did that person from Monday subscribe? What person? Oh, there was a kind of, I call them e-beggars. There was a guy he said he was in Africa, if that was correct. I do not know. That's why I say you don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Monday, because was it Monday we had the troll, or was it might have been Friday. Wait, I had my wig on when we had the troll and the e-beggar guy. I call them e-beggars. My friend I had lunch with, I said that, and she's like, "What? I don't know what that means." I don't know what that means. So I was explaining it to her, people that beg online. So he said he did. I don't really know. So at this point, and Lindy says the same thing. It's not about how many subscribers you have. It's about watch time and like watching the ads and watching the videos. So yeah, I watch time. I don't, and I have, and now they changed it. And y'all, I was over 3,000 in watch time, because that time is, you have to get it within a year. That's why, like, a year goes, if you start to lose it and you're not, if you're not getting as much watch time as you say were a year ago, and it like, because it kind of like turns, it doesn't like, it doesn't turn over completely like on a, some people get confused about it. So it goes from like, today is September 25th. So my watch time counts from September 25th, 2024 till September 25th, 2023. So now, like, the views that I got on my, now I can still, you can watch old videos. You can watch those old videos still, but the views that I got at the time when the videos were new, when I went to Europe, those views are not in my watch time anymore. But you can still go watch those videos now and I'll get that watch time. So yeah, go watch my videos, because like I was all over the country in 2021. Last year I went to Europe. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't see ads. See, and they were putting ads. YouTube started since I started YouTube, YouTube started putting ads on people's videos who weren't monetized. And I was like, what the heck? And I wouldn't get any money from that. And I was curious about what was on there, but I am a member of YouTube. So, and people do get my watch time when I watch their videos. Like I watch the ads, but I don't watch the ads and I don't see the ads unless they put an ad directly in their video. Sometimes they have a sponsor of the video, like these big YouTube channels, and they put them in there. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Ivan. I don't really know. The longer you watch that makes sense. I would think you need to watch the whole one, but like I said, I pay for YouTube Premium. Although I thought about it, I was like, what ads are they putting on my I need to go on someone else's like phone and see and watch, you know? Like, oh, I guess I could ask you guys. Do you guys see ads on my videos? Duh. I can ask you guys. Yeah, and I wonder how that counts. If they put ads on my videos, do I still get the watch time if you don't watch the ad? I hope I do. I don't know. People rarely watch your whole video, especially like this live that'll be 2 hours. It's about to be 2 hours long. They rarely watch the whole video. Watching the entire ad will greatly benefit the presenter. Okay. I wonder how it works for my watch time. I don't know. I can't make heads nor tails of it. And then I was in these group of people that would play each other's playlists and keep it running and not even like watch the video, you know. And to me that sounded like cheating, and I don't like anything that sounds like cheating. And so I even did a video like, don't run my playlist, because that's what and my friend Diana did this with her friends when she got monetized. My friend Serenity Studio Art, she says, like, I don't know that it really helped that much anyways. She says, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I don't know that YouTube cares if you do it, but I don't know. YouTube is putting the squeeze on everyone, but ultimately it hurts the poster, which makes a win for YouTube and a lose for the poster. Yeah. And it's like, it's not. My, the friends who are monetized, I feel like My friends that are monetized, I know, like Roy and Becky and Diana, like I said, they don't, you don't make that much, and even I don't consider it cheating. I call it playing the game according to YouTube. Fair is fair. Yeah, and it might have been a year ago now, so I don't even count. But yeah, but Tim said to me once, he's like, "I'm gonna play your live because I only have my lives on there." But I was going to put just like, don't tell me if you're not watching it. I don't like to hear that. I'm like, it's watch time. You're supposed to watch it. And then the bullies really annoyed me, and it's like and that's what I felt like, they were cheating too to get monetized, and that the bully got monetized because he got so many views on his video bashing me. That was right before he got monetized, and I'm just like, so that's why it just really irritated me. And then the female bully, she her channel's not better than mine. Her channel is way less views and less subscribers than me, and someone bought her some subscribers, and she even admitted it. And then she had people watch her playlist, and that's how she got, and to me, I feel like it's cheating. Like, and I have so many times been close to it without having to do that. Like, they changed it when before they changed it to 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. I had already passed, I had passed 5,000 subscribers, and I had been almost up to 4,000 watch hours before I had 1,000 subscribers, because it used to just be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a year. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Does German potato salad have going back to what we said, um dandelions in it? It seems like that would be good, though. I don't know. Yeah, I took potatoes, but they didn't eat well, maybe half of it, and it's like a quart of potato salad at the picnic. But then I read, like, it's like, I watched the stuff on sugar, and I'm just like, and I read the ingredients, and I'm like, this potato salad has, it's all carbs and it's sugar, and it's not good. And so it's like, I've not been eating my potato. And I baked myself a potato instead of eating the potato salad, which I think maybe is a little bit better. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, it always seems to be more fun to watch it live. Yeah. It's not the same. It's not the same when you there's no like interaction. Yeah, like I've talked about that with people. It's not the same. And when I was going to these lives, and that's why, like, it's hard to explain. And I probably sound like I'm whining about it all the time and every time I talk about it, but it really affected my mental health, and it was really bad. And I talk about the bullying because it happens to other people, and I want to be helpful to other people and tell them what to do. And it's such an unusual, it's a YouTube thing. It's like a whole other ball game. And it's like you go into these lives, and like I like to go to Carol's, like I missed Carol's live on Saturday. And that was because of the YouTube, the Coda picnic also, because, that was my social interaction. And so in 2021, right after the pandemic, it was every social interaction, all these people going live, and you go to their live and they come to your live, and we're in this whole little group, and they're like, the YouTube community, it's wonderful, it's wonderful, and it's wonderful. And it's like, get the heck out of here, Red, we hate you. I would say, like, they have a club, a new club. It's the We Hate Red Club. And I had one guy as a moderator. He has a good channel. He's a nice guy, but he was friends with all them. He's like, I'm not in that club. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but like, you're still friends and hang out, it's still like, it's like, meh, yeah. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you. Yeah, what my friend watched too. She's like, I'm like, what did you watch? Because I was just like, I have a bunch of different videos, and she's not Christian. So I'm like, she probably didn't watch one of my devotionals. And she's like, no, she's like, it was alive. This is what she watched. She watched it live, and but not live. She watched it live, but not live. But oh, so you get up and sweep and vacuum. Oh, that's nice. Oh, so this was cool. I keep on, like, you guys, okay? So I keep on hearing stories about online dating and couples that met on online dating, and that I know, like I told you all that I had the date rape, and it was someone I met on online dating. So that was a negative connotation. And then I've just really never had good experience with online dating. But then I keep hearing these stories, like Lisa A. Romano, who I mention all the time, is a YouTuber that talks about codependency and narcissistic abuse. Really great channel. She met her husband on eHarmony. And then my son's girlfriend that he had for a while here in Denver, they met on Hinge. And then there's a sweet young couple that goes to my church in Denver. So they're so sweet, Joey and Alma May and Alma Sue. And they were talking about how they met, and they met on Hinge too, like my son and his girlfriend. And then today, my friend told me the greatest story. She met her current husband on Match. She said, I had 96 coffee dates. Speaking of coffee, 96 coffee dates where I met the guy, and then she met her husband. And she was just saying that you made me think of it. You made me think of it, Glenn, because she's like, he cleans, she's like, he cooks, and she's like, he's wonderful. So I was encouraged. I'm encouraged again. And so when I'm ready, I might try it. I don't know. But I still don't feel ready right now. Refrigerate or freezing changes starch to resistant starch, even when reheated, better for gut health. Yeah, you told me that before about the potatoes, about the baked potatoes. And Ivan does the dishes. All right. That's good. So she was like saying, because we were talking about watching things. What was I telling her that was good? I forget now. We were talking about TV, and that's what she said when she's like, I'll watch my rom-com and he'll do the dishes and sweep up the floor and everything. And I'm like, that's great, And so she told me the story about meeting him on Match. And so I'm like, maybe. And see, and another couple at church. That's when I tried eHarmony again. Another couple at church, an older couple, her husband had died, and he and his wife divorced, and they met on eHarmony. And he's like associate pastor. Good night, Sylvia. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I tried both of those, Plenty of Fish and Facebook dating. She told me Match. Now I started setting up my thing on eHarmony, so I don't know. If I do it, I might do it. But those other ones are cheaper. And I closed my online dating accounts, but I'm thinking about opening Plenty of Fish and Facebook dating. See, I just feel like on the cheaper ones too. I thought I'd have, but it seems like there's not as many people on the eHarmony as those other ones. I've tried I think I've tried all of them all. Where I met the date rapist was a Zeusk. I don't know if they even still have that one, Zeusk. And then, it was bad. I should have just. And then I was visiting a church in Atlanta, which is Atlanta was an hour and a half from where I live, about 100 miles from where I lived in Georgia. And a lot of the guys were in Atlanta. And so I was visiting Real Talk Kim's church. Now her and her husband have divorced. She's divorced again. Real Talk Kim's church in Atlanta, which was called, I think it was called Harvest. And the church I went to when Warner Robins was Harvest too. But this was a charismatic church. I was visiting in Atlanta. And so after the date rape, I was just like, I tried to get these guys to meet me at church. And none of them would meet me at church. They would stand me up too. They would say they were going to meet me at church, but they wouldn't ever meet me at church. And so I didn't ever go. Yeah, I didn't ever go on any other dates after the date rape. And someone said, I probably could have got my money back if I told them what happened. But I never did. I just and I would make myself invisible on the dating app. So it was just if I could pick someone. But I was just traumatized. And so it was difficult. So there was Zeus. I tried Plenty of Fish. I tried Plenty of Fish in 2019. I tried Tinder for a while. And all of the, I feel like a lot of them, okay, they're just looking for sex. Yeah, I appreciate you watching till the end, Ivan. So, yeah, all these ones. And I've tried Match. I don't think I went on any dates on Match. I told you guys once on one of the lives about the funny story about sitting at my kitchen table when I was doing Airbnb, and I had this guest, J-Lo. It was like 3 generations. It was me, and I was trying to do eHarmony, but without paying. And it asks you all this ton of questions. And then little J-Lo, she was 20 something. She was like my youngest kid's age. And she was a character. And her name was Jennifer Lopez, so we called her J-Lo. She was on Bumble. And I met a doctor on Bumble, but she was a mess. And I think that I was telling my friend today about my story about the date, the green card guy that was a year after the date rape. The green card guy, and that was when I was still very naive and very, and I was so lonely because I was celibate those years, from 2014 till 2017, and then 2017 till 2018 when I met Mohammed. I had been celibate for another year. and I don't count the date rape guy really. So I was really 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. I was celibate 4 years when I met Mohammed. And I really think my ex and my father-in-law might have found him online to get, me to marry him, because I fell for him. He was adorable, and he was so sweet, and you know a doctor. And then when I got on Bumble, it was around my birthday. It was 2019. That's when I stopped being celibate, really. So yeah, or honey with money. Yeah, just looking for sex or money. Yeah, they're scammers. I ran into scammers on Zeus. And he had a fake Facebook profile too. He was looking for money, but he was pretending he had money too. A foreigner. That guy might have wanted a green card also. But anyways, I met a guy who, and I right away made sure that he was a citizen. So, but he was from Iraq, actually. I met another doctor in 2019 on Bumble. So like I've tried all of them, Bumble, and then now I'm trying eHarmony. But it was so funny because at one fall, and we had an airman. I had an airman staying at my Airbnb in one room, and then Gladys. Gladys is like my oldest. Well, Gladys is 40 now because Gladys was born in 84. Gladys is a little bit older than my oldest child. So it was me, Gladys. Gladys was on Match, and she was talking to a guy on Match, and JLo was over here on Bumble, looking at guys and talking to a guy and all this. And I was on eHarmony answering all these questions, and I had cooked. I think I had cooked some cheesy broccoli soup, and I had cooked. What else had I cooked? Some chicken. I offered, and the airman guy, he was in the Air Force because I was by an Air Force base, and he was working. And I invited him to come out and have some dinner, and I would just like always text my. It's funny because like Muhammad and I would text back and forth, and he's there in the house. He's in the other room. So texting the guy, but we're here giggling, having girl time and everything, and I'm just like, he's never going to come out and get some soup because he hears us cutting up out here about that. And then I was just like, I just want to see some hot guys. And I answer all these questions, and then the picture's blurred because I didn't pay on eHarmony. The picture's blurred, and I was just like, it was funny, fun times. And sometimes I'd have like in the fall, we would have a fire out I had this fire bowl on my back porch, and I had some fun times too with my Airbnb, but it got to be annoying, and I got to be paranoid about because I wrote about Muhammad on my blog because there was nothing else I could do. I tried to go to the cops. Tried to call immigration. They didn't care about someone trying to fool someone into marry them to get a green card. They don't care about that. They care about if you know of a fake marriage. That's what they want to know about. And I was just like, this guy was trying to get me to, they don't care about that. I called Airbnb. I did get them to flag his account without saying anything to him. But somehow, I don't know what they did, but I just like, you got to do something. You got to do something because he's trying to find another, he's tall, dark, and handsome, and a doctor. And I'm like, that accent got me, man. The accent. not do mayo for my health. German Hungarian potato salad is vinegar, not mayo. Oh, what the glucose goddess says is put a tablespoon of vinegar in water, because the vinegar straight up is not good for your teeth, and drink that before a meal. That's good. And she says, do veggie starters, eat veggies, raw veggies before the meal, and that helps with the glucose spikes. And don't have dessert. If you're gonna have dessert, she's not anti no sugar at all. But when you have sugar, when you have dessert, have it for dessert, and fruit is dessert. When you have something sweet, because your body can't tell between like carrot cake. That's what I'm going to make for my birthday, carrot cake next month. Carrot cupcakes, carrot cake, and a piece of fruit. Your body can't tell the difference between the sugar. And juice is really bad because it's just like sugar water. And so she says, when you have dessert, have it after lunch or dinner. And she's like, have a savory, don't have a sweet for breakfast. That's bad. So have your dessert, but after lunch or after dinner. Meeting someone in your 60s is so much tougher than even in your 50s. If it happens, as unlikely as it is, I wouldn't close the door. Just be really careful. Yeah, like now I'm super, super careful. And I'm very quick at and realizing who I want to allow in my life. I mean, even friends, I'm very, very particular. Okay, you're gonna get up early and start making food to take to your mom's. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, friend. Good night. Yeah, I'm gonna say my Ginger Me poem and then pray for y'all and let you go. So yeah, I shared that song, and it's from the last line. It was way back here I shared the song, King of My Heart, by Love and the Outcome. This song got me, I got the line, his love is deeper than the ocean, he washes away my brokenness. From that line in the poem is from this song. So let me say that for you. Blondes have all the fun. They're the lucky ones. Gentlemen prefer them. It seems bad boys prefer me. Perhaps another shade of dye is worth a try. But my cousin says her red hair makes her fly. They look at her, they look at me. If he's male, we'll get it for free. She's got sass, she's got spunk. She knows that God don't make junk. They call me red, a firecracker, they said. I no longer care what they say. What's in my heart can't be taken away. Someday my hair will fade and I'll let it stay gray or go white as redheads do. It's looking kind of blonde, actually. Not even white. Beauty is vain, but the fire in my heart will burn on, and to my king I'll sing this song. His love is deeper than the ocean. He washes away my brokenness. He whispers to my heart, his love for me will never part. Okay, I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. And then I think I might watch the movie Hitch. I'm still trying to think of what I was telling my friend about. I don't remember what I was telling her. You haven't heard that one before? I feel like I say, like some of them I feel like I say all the time. Yeah. I said that for someone I met at the Coda picnic. But I don't know. I feel like it kind of flopped. I don't know. This person wasn't very expressive, I guess. Just like my so my pastor, I didn't know my pastor's wife. Her name is Susan too. It's just funny. Her name is Susan, and my pastor's name is very much like my dad's name, only with one letter taken out. And then his wife's name is Susan. And then he showed a picture of when they got married once, because he was talking about, he was talking about a bunch of stuff. He was talking about mainly he was talking about Mary, but he was talking about a lot of things. But he mentioned marriage, and so he showed a picture of him and his wife when they got married, and she has red hair, and I didn't even know that. And so that day I sent, a lot of times when I would see redheads, I'd say the poem for them. And I used to carry my books with me. I used to purposely get a size purse that this would fit in. And sometimes I'd sell them. I've given away a ton of these too. Too many. I've given away a lot. But when I see a redheaded woman, especially if we started talking, I'd say the poem for her. So I said that poem and a lot of times they would say, I want a copy of that. And I'm like, I have a copy for it in the car, And so I gave a copy of this to my pastor's wife. After I said the poem, she said she wanted a copy of it because she used to be red-haired. She's not. And hers is like blonde now. And I'm wondering if she colors it at all. Because like I have a friend that Joy, I told you about Joy Blessed Life, and her hair is just like blonde now. And I don't think she colors it at all. She's a little bit older than me. Her hair was red like this, and it just turned blonde. And I thought she was just a blonde, right? And she's like, no, my hair was red. And I was like, really? So we don't go gray usually, like other people. And so yeah, all that to say, I said the poem and I asked for her feedback on the book. And then when I asked her for her feedback on the book, she read the whole thing. She had read the whole thing, but it is not very long, but she had read the whole thing by the following Sunday and gave me some good feedback and was so sweet that she loved it. And yeah, so that was nice about my pastor's wife, Susan. So, okay, I'm going to make sure I have everybody down here. I think I do. Elsa, Bren, Linda, CW, Ivan, Anthony. I think that's everybody. Okay. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for these friends and followers. And I lift them up to you and pray that you bless them. Please be with Anthony and keep him safe as he travels. Bless his YouTube channel and help him with that. And I pray you bless Ivan, keep him safe as he travels, help him to prepare for his trip down south, and keep him safe. Bless his family. I pray for CW. I pray you bless his family and be with him. And I pray you be with Linda as she travels. Thank you that she had a good time at Johnny's meetup. I pray that the renovation, the things on her van go well, that Johnny's doing. And I pray you be with her. I pray you be with Bren. Please let everything go well with her cooking tomorrow for her mom, and bless her mom and keep her well and heal her and be with her. Please be with Elsa. Keep all people safe in the path of the hurricane, Lord. We pray that it would slow down and fizzle out, Lord. And hi, Recyclable Stone Homestead. Hello. Thank you. I'll pray for you. Do I know you? It looks familiar. Do I know you? I know someone else with Homestead in their channel name. Are you new here? Thank you for being here. We'll check out your channel. So I pray for everybody at the end, and so that's what I'm doing now. So be with Elsa and her fur babies, and her, bless all of our kids, Lord, and our grandkids, and thank you for them. Please be with Lindy, Lord. Guide the doctor's hands tomorrow. Please let that all go well and help her in her recovery. And thank you for her. Just please be with her and let it go better than her last visit to the hospital went. And Lord, I also want to pray for the conflict in Israel and Palestine, Lord, and that that you might bring peace and an end to that. And in Ukraine, Lord, please be with the people in these countries at war, Lord. Oh, my heart breaks for them, Lord. We know it's a sign of the times, but Lord, my heart aches for these countries at war, Lord, and it's just so sad. We pray that you would be with them. And Lord, we pray for our elections, Lord, that I pray that whoever wins, that there would be no more violence, Lord. I pray you would protect both candidates from any violence, Lord. Watch over both of them. Watch over our country, Lord. I just pray that it goes according to your will, Lord, and that you would that it would be peaceful, that it would be a peaceful transfer of power, Lord. And I pray for this, for a new person in here. Thank you for them. I pray you bless them and their family and their channel. Please be with all my children. Thank you for my children and my grandchildren. I pray you bless them. I pray that they would know you are real, Lord, and that you love them. I pray that they would know that I love them, Lord. And I pray that you would help us to forgive each other and have better relationships with my children, Lord. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for being here, Recyclable Homestead. Yes. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. I went 2.5 hours. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That is good. Thank you all for being here. You make my life better. It's really hard when there's no. I like lives because I like the interaction, and so yeah, and it's part of my social life. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you. Love you all. And you know what I always say, don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. And don't forget Friday's dinner with Red, okay? 5:30. I don't go into town for anything on Friday, so I shouldn't be late. Okay? 5:30 Friday, 5:30 Mountain Time. That's 4:30 Pacific Time. That's 6:30 in Central Time and 7:30 Eastern Time. So I'll see you Friday for dinner with Red, and maybe we'll have some news on how Lindy's surgery went. So, okay, good night. Love you guys. Bye.